Oye, it's Kay. Welcome to my channel. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into the cozy car review of my December 2024 reads. So let's go ahead and get into it. I read five books, not 10, 5 books last month, and we're just going to go ahead and talk about it. So I'm going to start off with the lowest ranked books, the books that I disliked the least, to the book that I just was loving, honey, just loving. And so the first one to start off with is How My Neighbor Stole Christmas by Megan Quinn. I read, me and Calliope, fix you girl, me and Calliope read that book. I give that book a 3, and I'm doing that, and that's just me being generous, to be honest with you. It's a 3 because I like Megan Quinn as a writer. I know she can do better though. So basically that book follows a story, and we're just gonna call him the Grinch because I can't remember his name. But it follows Story and the Grinch, and they have this weird thing going on between them. Like it's weird. And the story starts off with them in Kringletown, a town I think in Colorado, I think. And it's like enemies to lover type of trope. And I was for it because, one, like I said, I like Megan Quinn, and I really enjoy reading those enemies to lovers type of tropes. That's my thing. Because I hate you now, I love you type thing. But it wasn't giving. It was weird. My coworker, my book friend at work, we were reading that together, and we both DNF'd it. DNF. I'm not gonna lie, by like page 200 I was so over Martha and May. It was given like a sexualized Whoville, and I just couldn't get with it. The spice in there was weird. The only thing I will say I liked about the book, the only 2 things I liked about the book was the fact that it was a Christmas book, because I love Christmas and I like Christmas books, and the main character, like the female main character's name was Story, and I think that is a really, really cute name in the way she had it spelled. So that's it. So I've ranked that 3 out of 5. Yeah, 3 out of 5. Okay, so we're gonna just move on from that one. Okay, so the next book that I read was Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey, and I'm going to give that one a 3.5 out of 5 stars. It was a really cute read. It was a really cute Christmas read. I really liked it. Like I said, Tessa Bailey is my girl. I love Tessa Bailey. She is my girl. So that story follows Aiden and Stella. Stella is a newly released convict. She went to prison for, I believe, 3 to 4 years for armed robbery with her childhood best friend. And she's been out of prison maybe a month, 2 months, 3 months. She's fresh out. And they meet by looking at a window together, and Aiden is the one that strikes up the conversation about the window and stuff like that. And so she applies for the job as like the new window decorator or whatever, and Aiden gives her the job. It was like instant attraction, like he liked her and she liked him or whatever, but it was weird. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm not even into this type of stuff. It was giving Love After Lockup. Okay? Love After Lockup. And my husband is into that. I'm not into Love After Lockup because weird. I know what happens in real life, but it's weird to me. So anyway, so yes, my husband watches that. So it was giving Love After Lockup, but in holiday form. The spice level was there, as the typical Tessa Bailey book is. It was there. I liked it. I liked their dynamic. It wasn't enemies. Like, they weren't enemies. They just were, I wouldn't even say that they were friends. It was just, I don't know. I don't know what type of trope you'd put that under. So please comment below if you've read Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey, what trope you would think that it falls under, because me, IDK. So yes, I rate that a 3.5 stars. It was good. It was good. It was a good Christmas read. Okay, so the next one on my list is The Most Wonderful, I got the book right here. This goodie right here, The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year by Allie Carter. I thought this was the cutest, coziest, mysterious. No, to be honest, like, I thought this was a very cute, cozy mystery. Allie Carter did her thing with this. It was my December book of the month pick. The cover, I judged the book by its cover, right? And also I judged the book by its cover, and it was giving. This is the cutest, most vibrant, the mostest cover ever, and I love it. I'm here for it. It's very holiday and I like it. So that's what drew me in. I didn't even read what it was about, right? Didn't even watch the Instagram reels of book of the month. I didn't do any of that, which I will say, KK, girl, your reels be hidden. But anyway, I thoroughly enjoyed this book. I thought it was very cute. It took me a while to finish it, and it's not even, as you can see, it's not a thick book at all. It took me a minute to read, but that was because I was thoroughly enjoying this book. Thoroughly enjoying it. So I was literally reading it word for word, sentence for sentence, going back saying, how did that happen? Because like I said, it's a mystery. So I was really, I was solving the clues with Maggie and Ethan. I love the fact that it was in a way that forced proximity type thing, of them having to get along, because okay. So Maggie, she got some issues of her own that's preventing her from and they're legit issues. Like, I could relate to baby girl, but Maggie has some like real life issues that she's dealing with, that prevents her from really like connecting with other people. And Ethan, he has his like own mystery thing, but he puts on this like this armor of I'm the best, blah blah blah. And they're both authors, they both write mysteries, but Ethan has a thing for Maggie. Maggie doesn't have a thing for Ethan. And Ethan's kind of one of those annoying, like, he's just annoying. Like, instead of calling her Maggie, he calls her Marcy. But there's a reason why he calls her Marcy. She just doesn't remember it. She don't remember it. So it's like one of those things, like, they're forced to be together, they're forced to get along in this mystery of trying to solve this crime. And it falls, the plot takes place in England, and it's kind of given like Agatha Christie-ish type vibes, and I love Agatha Christie. And this book really helped me because I'm really interested in getting into the mystery genre, and this book really helped me like solidify that curiosity that I had of what I like mystery. Like, I like Agatha Christie, but everybody knows Agatha Christie, right? And so Allie Carter in this cute cozy mystery, it just really helped me like say, okay, this is something that I can do. I think I like cozy mysteries. I definitely know I am not a Frida McFadden fan, not because her writing sucks or anything, but her books legit get me in my feels. Like, I'll have nightmares because I'm that much of a little weenie. But I can mess with a cozy mystery like this. I likes this. Okay, so then the next one that I read that is an instant 4.5 stars is Christmas in Spite of You by Casey Mills. And Shaughnessy my girl, one of my favorite booktubers, she read this book and she recommended it. And so because it's her, I was like, let me check this book out. And on top of that, it's on Kindle Unlimited. I have Kindle Unlimited. So I went, got the book. Calliope and I were like, it's giving what it's supposed to give. It's super cute. So it follows Noelle in Canton, and Noelle lives in Atlanta. Canton lives in New York. He runs his own business, and Noelle's kind of in between jobs. Well, not kind of, she's in between jobs, right? And it's the Christmas season, and she's big in Christmas. She is like, Christmas, everything is Christmas. And Canton is kind of like a Scrooge, but he's not like a Christmas Scrooge because he's a Christmas Scrooge because of his upbringing. And so anyway, he gets this like Airbnb type thing, and he rents it from Noelle, but Noelle doesn't go home for Christmas. She stays home because she's sick and she can't afford it for real. And so she doesn't realize that she didn't exactly cancel the Airbnb. And Canton, being who he is and the type of people he surrounds himself with, he's confirmed it. He shows up, and then they have to kind of deal with each other for that week that they're there. And so the story basically takes place, until you get to the very end, over a span of like 7 days. And that's how the romance develops. It's forced proximity. I love it. It's a Black romance. Love that too. And then it takes place in Atlanta. I thoroughly enjoy going to Atlanta, and so it's just such a good, it's a good Christmas vibe. Like it, Shaughnessy said that it was like one of her favorite Christmas like holiday books, and that she would rate it, I guess, like, yeah, one of her favorite holiday books, right? I concur. It was, I mean, out of all the holiday books that I read, which wasn't a lot, but out of all the holiday books that I've read for this year, I will say that's top tier. 4.5. I would recommend that book to anybody that's just trying to get into a really good cutesy holiday read. So yeah, that 4.5 on that one. And then last but certainly not least, this book is a 4.5, and it's because it has me in my feels. So this was my book of the month in September. Yeah. So this was my book of the month in September. In September, I bought a lot of books. Like, that was the month where I was like, ooh, I like this, I like that. So I bought about 3 or 4 different books. There was only one book out of that pile that I purchased that I was really interested in, that I did not like at all, and that was Phantasma. We can get into that in another video. But A Song to Drown Rivers by Anne Liang. First of all, let's talk about this cover. Do you see this cover? Ma'am, this cover is beautiful. It's pretty. I love the color scheme. If you know, you know. I love the color scheme. The cover is just pretty. It's a historical, I don't know if you would say historical fiction, historical fantasy. I'm gonna have to look on Book of the Month and see what they rated this. I think it's historical fantasy, but I like historical fiction or historical fantasy books. And so this book follows Zishi, and I hope I'm saying that right, but Zishi, and she is she's a part of a legend about 4 beautiful women in China. And so this is like her story, right? And so it follows Zishi and Fanli, who have this like forbidden type love thing, and it's about 2 kingdoms that are at war with each other, and she uses her beauty to basically bring down the kingdom. And I really liked this book. There's so many characters in this book that, 1, are relatable, and then 2, it was just, I don't know, I can't even describe it. Like, I thoroughly enjoyed reading this. It's not a thick book at all, so this book took me about a week to read. And just did a really good job writing this book. The way that this book ended had me, I was not expecting the ending to end the way it did. I thought that Zishi was gonna go home to her family, be celebrated for all the work that she's done, because she's experienced a lot of trauma, a lot of loss. She's witnessed a lot of stuff. She literally brought down an entire kingdom through manipulation and looks, honey. Through looks. And we all know it's possible, because we know there are women and even men out there who can do that, right? But Zishi did it, and she ended up being killed. I'm not gonna spoil it any more than that, but I was not expecting that, and it actually made me really sad. I had to take a moment, I had to take a deep breath before I could finish reading it, because the rest of the story was told from her perspective as a ghost. She was no longer like a living human, breathing human. She was a ghost, a spirit that was watching this from afar. And Fan Li is the one that ended up truly suffering, even though he's always been suffering. And Zishi was like I guess in a way the person that was going to free him from that suffering. I don't know, like, oh, this book was so good. Like, I can't even, I just I'm lost without words. Please hold. Okay, I'm back. I had to get some water because I was working myself up, and I was getting tongue tied, and I couldn't, because this book had me, I was speechless. I actually dreamed about this book after I finished reading it, and no bueno. It was good. So I would highly recommend you get this book. If you have book of the month, you'll be able to select it as you'll be able to add it onto your book. You just have to kind of look for it. Go to Barnesy and get it. If I haven't seen it in Barnesy, but I haven't looked for it either, so, but I'm sure they have it. But if you see this book, I would highly recommend getting this book, because yeah, it's worth it. This book is a solid 4.5. A solid 4.5. Very good. Very good. All right, guys. So that's it. Those are the 5 books that I've read in December of 2024. Those are my reviews. Those are my ratings. Comment below the books that you've read in December and that you recommend me reading. I'm getting into my winter TBR-ish. So I am interested in seeing what you guys are reading so that I can add that to my future TBR list. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!